Alright, stream on, music on.
And I am still subscribed, okay.
Yeah, one person. Welcome. So, I guess we should start by logging in, Samus. I finally calmed down from my issue earlier today. Oh, hey everybody, look at people filtering into the chat. Toot sweet. Toot toot toot. I finally calmed down from my earlier realization about how DDO is trying to kill me here. And, yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna deal with it. That's what we're gonna do. As always, if you'd like to play Dungeons and Dragons with me, you need to be on the Solona server. You need to be level appropriate, which is currently level 6. And be willing to, get wrecked. Get wrecked, son. Oh. On the plus side, playing DDO in the evening streams gives me a little bit more time to like relax and chill just a little bit. Like not like years, but I can slow down and make my decisions a little bit more carefully. Also, Ben is here.
Hello and welcome, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna try not to get as deep as we have been the last couple of days, if I can help it. And that's about it. We're gonna try our best to keep it loose, light, airy, and yeah. Witty will hopefully be joining us in a little bit. Probably not in the game, but on chat, which I think would be pretty nice. And yeah, that should be everything. I'm just scrolling through the item list here, making sure I'm not missing anything like very important. I know next level everything gets all weird again. Which is not really that far away. Probably we're rank 32. Get to see what's left in the 4s. A couple. And we'll go from there. So any good, positive news, Ben? I'm not in the mood to talk about the negative shit that's gone down today.
Good, positive news. Wow, it's a time known as Ash Wednesday.
It is, in fact, Ash Wednesday.
For those who know how to fast in style, there's actually an ancient German discipline for Lent. Lent is that time of sacrifice and whatnot. A lot of people, most Americans end up giving up something, and the most common things are chocolate, ice cream, and caffeine. But other people like to take on a service instead, such as going to homeless shelters or whatnot and helping out. To be in true style, there's a thing called Bock beer, and the only nutrients that you can take is from drinking this substance created from Germany called Bock beer, and you get all your calories from it. So basically you drink about 2.5 liters of beer a day for 40 days, and that's your discipline.
That's harsh. I don't think I could drink all that much beer. Especially not as all of it. I'm one of those guys who needs my protein, you know what I'm saying?
There's protein in it. Probably
yeah, but that's not the kind of protein I want to be eating. You know, like today, for example, we didn't have any food in the house, really, of worth. And after about half an hour of the stream this afternoon, whenever, I was just like, all right, I've got to go find something. And I went up and I raided the refrigerator. And I came back with a small handful of the carrots that we give the rabbit. And that was, and a cheese stick. And that was the calories I had until the wife and I made dinner after she went to the grocery store and bought some food. Because we just kept finding excuses to not go to the store this week. It was crazy. Crazy. So, does that mean you've just been drinking beer this month?
No, that's something that I find to be amusing.
Okay.
There are other people who do like actual fasting. Hear about that and they're like, really? I hate you.
Well, I mean, if people do it, right? Like,
oh yeah. You know, it was a big thing in the, I want to say 15th or 16th century in Germany, in the southwest. There's a monastery that would grow wheat in Bavaria, and the wheat would go bad, so they just turned it on to beer, and they would drink that over the winter to stay alive. And it, was a tradition that grew from that.
yeah, it seems cray-cray to me, but teach their own. I needed food in my tum-tum. Need's probably a harsh word, too. I probably don't need food in my tum-tum, but I tell you, it got around, I don't know, 5 o'clock. And I was lightheaded. Okay, so I was probably lightheaded and dizzy for multiple reasons. I can neither confirm nor deny that it was just because I was hungry. However, I was hungry. So, also it did start, had a, not like, again, still not bad migraine, but bad enough that, I wouldn't suggest people run out and go get one. But yeah, we had to do some driving around earlier today, and that made me pretty physically ill. So, between those two things, it's been kind of a rough physical day, and then, of course, all the terrible news that keeps trickling in.
Oh yes, there's bad news. It seems like that's all the people, all the media outlets display as bad news.
Well, it's because we had, like, we got a couple of days of good news, right? And then with the Olympics, or no news because of the Olympics, and then lo and behold, it's like, bad people do bad things. News at 11.
The Olympics was hilarious. It was white teen oversleeps, loses jacket, drops F-bomb on international TV, and wins the first U.S. gold medal.
Yeah, for the year. Yeah, or for the, yeah. Saw that. I don't know if hilarious is the word that I would use, but yes.
I shared that, and the caption I gave it was, I'm not sure whether to be upset or proud.
Yeah, I don't know. I said, I'm just always shocked. I was watching a show, I don't know if it was today's show or yesterday's show, but I was watching a show, and this guy was pointing out a bunch of just like really bad athletes in their chosen field this year. A bunch of really bad athletes. And I guess there's So they started putting a montage together of other people who seem like they can't even commit the median level of to compete, and I'm just like, that seems really harsh. Like, they got figure skaters falling down left and right. You've got, I guess this is from a couple of years old, but you have swimmers who can't do the race that they're in. Like, I don't know. Some of this stuff's pretty bad. Say what?
A lot of that might be from overtraining, and they have overuse injuries.
Well, that, or people were saying things like, oh, well, he probably wasn't used to competing this time of day. And the guy's like, if I was going to be in the Olympics, I would try to get on a schedule whatever country I'm going to be in. So at least I would know, oh yeah, it's daytime now. You know, and be ready for that.
Yeah, remove all the factors that you can.
That's just it. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm on the same board. Good evening, Streaky. Welcome to the stream.
Hello,
Playing some DDO tonight. It's kind of been my go-to game the last couple of nights. I think Ben kind of nailed it on the head the other day. It's low stress. It's easy. And I'm currently enjoying that exciting period of the newness of the new class combinations and the wonderfulness that is me screwing up my build already super bad. Oh, it's so bad right now. So something that kind of hit me earlier today, and I did not realize this was the case, but apparently it always has been the case, and it really upset me. Participants in DDO get this thing called a rune arm, right? Which is like a special gauntlet that has some spell-like abilities on it, but also it acts as like a shield, right? Of sorts. Like, it doesn't actually help you with your armor class or anything, not usually anyway. But it does things like, oh, I don't know. Usually it's spell point based kind of stuff, right? So I was all excited to be able to use rune arms, but apparently there's too much metal in a rune arm for a druid to use it. And I'm like, really? There's too much metal, but I can use a greatsword, but I can't use a rune arm? That seems extreme. So that has been like weighing on me all day today. So I'm still using rune arms. I can't cast spells or use my druid stuff, powers. So it's like, oh, I guess I'll just be the equivalent of level 2 for a while. It's fine. It's fair. And then I have one other terrible piece of news for probably not you. You probably don't care at all. But a movie that I was really looking forward to, is what should have been a summer movie this year, just got announced yesterday that they're going to push it back until Christmas for development reasons. So I'm a little bummed. Battle Angel is going to get moved to Christmas. So now I have to live to Christmas, I guess is the thing.
Yeah, that is kind of bad news. We had to put up with you for that much longer.
Right? Like, every time I'm like, alright, well, I can die happy now. Like, I gotta see the Iron Man and the Hulkbuster armor beat up the Hulk. Victory is mine. We can die happy. Oh, wait. Captain America and Iron Man are gonna throw down? Well, I gotta see this. Oh, wait. Somehow Iron Man managed to, like, not just completely crush him? Okay, well, I guess this means we have to wait for the rematch. Totally not believable, by the way. Like that scene where Iron Man's like, alright, let's take him to school, and he, like, learns all of his moves and can fight and beat him up, like, in 2 seconds. Yeah. And you're gonna have to punch a whole lot harder than what I imagine Captain America can punch to knock off Iron Man's armor. I will punch your armor off. Oh, okay, I guess. That seems fair. Seems legit. But he can't lose a fight in his own movie, right? So, I suppose reasonable. Man, I said I wasn't going to get negative, and what's everything I've talked about so far? Bummers. At least bummers in my mind.
Well, El Hermano, or my brother, he is in France right now. I sent him...
Also a bummer. Full of French people. Say what?
Pictures of my WoW character flying, and he's pretty pumped up that I got that, so when he gets back it looks like he and I were going to do some questing together.
Sure, you're welcome to host me. In fact, thank you very much for doing so. I appreciate it. In fact, there should be a pretty sweet host video that plays. Let's see if my hireling's gonna heal me. I'm gonna shrine though too. Make sure that you're hide. There he goes. I didn't hear the audio that's supposed to play though. That's a bummer. Did you get to see Amy Schumer's new video or movie preview?
Me, no. I don't find her. I know how you find her. I just find her to be irritable and obnoxious, so I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I can understand why people say that. I really want to like her. Like, she's somebody that kind of has a style that I like in my comedians, like that self-deprecating kind of style. But I just don't find her funny. And I heard really good things about this from people who also don't like her. They're like, oh man, this movie's going to be really good. Like, it's not her normal role kind of thing. And it's not, but it's also not funny. I don't know. I would love to have that be. Pull our guys inside this little cubby.
Well, the trouble with comedies, I find a lot of angry or negative things to be hilarious. And I find that the more that I watch angry or negative comedy, the more that I find myself being an angry or a negative person. So, I've been trying to...
I can understand that.
Lack of better words, reset myself. So I'm trying to, like, watch...
Put a finger in your reset button?
Yeah, no,
That's called a butthole.
I'm trying to watch, like, adorable animal videos that people find to be hilarious, where I would look at it and go, And yeah, I think it's had a positive impact. I don't feel like I'm like losing myself. You know, I still find some of those things to be hilarious. I just don't surround myself. I just don't fully immerse myself in them.
That's fair. So, like, my favorite, like, if I were to say my favorite movie of all time is Defending Your Life. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
Basically, you probably would hate it. The premise, you'd probably think it's funny. It turns out, I think it's Barbra Streisand, I think, is the female lead in it. I'm pretty sure it turns out it's the only Barbra Streisand movie that I think is any good. But it's, I'm trying to think of the guy's name now. Albert Brooks. He's a guy I really like, and it's also got Rip Tom, or not Rip Tom. Yeah, Rip Tom. He's the guy from like the Men in Black. He's like the leader of Men in Black, to give you a face. You know what? Screw it. Here, let's just do this. Are you watching the stream right now?
Yeah, I've got it up.
Oh, let's just do this.
With a click, with a shock, from the door we knock, something's coming.
From the beginning of motion picture history, Hollywood has tried to show you what the afterlife is really like.
Good afternoon and welcome to Judgment City.
You have any idea what's going on?
No?
Well, in a nutshell, you're here to defend your life, and I'm going to help you.
Defend my life?
Finally, wow, the first true story of what happens after you die.
Where am I? Is this heaven?
No, it isn't heaven.
Is it hell?
Actually, there is no hell. Although I hear Los Angeles is getting pretty close.
Didn't anyone ever tell you you carry yourself very stiffly?
Leave me alone, I'm dead. That's life.
Albert Brooks,
You make me think of my little Pluto.
Meryl Streep,
I think I might have been a heavyset man at one time.
Rip Torn, Lee Grant, Buck Henry, in a new film by Albert Brooks.
So I'm on trial for being afraid.
Well, first of all, I don't like to call it a trial. Second of all, yes.
If you see one movie before you die,
I love you. I love you.
This is damn exciting stuff.
see Defending Your Life.
Most people love it. Some it makes nauseous. Don't worry about it.
So, like, it's kind of got that self-defeating... Oh, you're probably still watching it, actually, with the delay.
Okay, yeah.
But it's kind of got a little bit of that self-defeating mentality to it, like... You know, the lead, Albert Brooks, like, he's a little bit of a screw-up, like, and they're constantly letting him know that he's a screw-up. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I like that kind of humor in general.
It actually looks pretty interesting. It kind of reminds me of the style of movies like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Groundhog Day is real fun too. I didn't actually look to see what level. M-O-R. Oh yeah, you're level 8. Okay. Well, I like that style of movie. And I feel like this could be that style of movie. It's just not. So, like, my favorite movies are that, American Pie, of course, the Iron Man movies, are high on my list. You know, like, stuff like that I find to be Very, very fun and interesting. So I'm a little bit, I don't know. The premise seems really fun to me. Like a girl who's down on her physical shape due to a injury finds her inner beauty. Like that sounds really fun to me. Like they can do a lot of good stuff with that. But I don't know. I watched the trailer and I just did not laugh at all. Just sad. I would have liked to. I think there's a good movie there. I hope I'm wrong. I hope people go see it and they're like, "Oh, Sam, you're completely wrong. This movie's great. You're gonna love it." That'd be really nice.
Yeah, you know, you're giving it a chance, so.
Well, I'm not gonna go see it. Like again, if somebody tells me it's like super good, I might rent it when it comes out on.
You've given her a lot of chances, and I was about to say, just don't force anything.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier. Like, I watched her entire Netflix special, like all of it from beginning to end. I never laughed one time. And I like a lot of comedians that make jokes that don't lean like my way politically or whatever. Like I mentioned earlier, I like Sarah Silverman. I like her a lot. I know a lot of people don't. I find her hysterical. She tends to not lean in directions I lean. Still, I think she's funny. Lewis Black is my favorite comedian of all time. I love Lewis Black. Huh?
He is absolutely hilarious. I love his work.
Yeah, he's literally my favorite comedian of all time. And that's including like greats like George Carlin and Eddie Murphy from Eddie Murphy Raw. You know, oh, excuse me. Ed Brooks. But my favorite comedian is definitely Lewis Black. And I was watching his special the other day, and he sat there and made, you know, it took him a little bit, but he got to like, I don't know, like 20 minutes of joking about George W. Bush and Dick Cheney. It was funny. I like those guys, but it was funny. And he came and did the theater here, and I got the pleasure, the honor and pleasure of watching him live. Something I had looked forward to for a really long time. And 'cause I didn't get to catch him the first. This is the third time he's been here in Salina, and I never got to catch him before. So I was thrilled to finally get to do it, because I was afraid that he would croak before I got to see him. I mean, it can only because, you know, George Carlin literally came to Salina and died like less than a year later. So it's not like we don't have a history of killing famous comedians.
Well, we discovered Pluto and they decided to kill that.
Yeah. I think they've decided it's a dwarf planet now.
Yeah.
Which I would say still counts as a planet, right? Like it's got the word planet in it. Like you wouldn't call a dwarf human not a human, right?
Yeah, I like to troll people, so...
Me too, that's why I'm making this joke.
Was deplanetized in something like 2010, right? So like 4 years after the fact. And people are like, dude, where were you? And I told them where I was in 2006, and they're like...
You're like Iraq?
I was in Iraq. Sandbox, fixing track vehicles. I'm like, okay, you have a viable excuse.
Yeah, I like Ron White a lot. You can call me Tater Salad. I like Ron White a lot too. But, you know, I like all those guys. I sat and I watched that Amy Schumer special and I could not laugh. And normally I wouldn't try. Right? Like, I wouldn't try so hard to like a comedian. Like, oh, you don't make me laugh, I'm done with you. Right? I
wish
tried.
that comedians and entertainers and those people would stop trying to get political and just do their job, you know, of entertainment or comedy or whatever. And then if they support something, I wish they would do it like quietly. Like, let's say I believe in X, and I show up to a thing promoting X. You know, we're doing charity for it, and I discover celebrity there. It's like, oh wow, you actually like this kind of thing? It's like, oh yeah, I love it. It's like, oh wow, that's great, that's amazing. I would rather find out that comedians and entertainers are in it that way than I would about them just blasting from the soapbox.
So
I think they just get on the same box and try to like one up each other.
I understand where you're coming from. I have to disagree there. In the sense that, especially like performance art, specifically comedy, when you're doing your own art, you got to take the things that matter to you in the day and joke about it. So, like, I get it. I get that. I agree in the sense that if you're an actor and your job is to play pretend, don't make it difficult for me to separate the actor from the role, right? Like, I still, to this day, I have a super hard time watching Tom Cruise perform. Because I still, like, he got up and jumped on that couch for Katie Holmes and, like, just went crazy. You know, I don't know what his political beliefs are, but I can't separate him now from his actions. Right? Like, that's the thing that kills me for entertainers there. But you want to come out and do your bits, that's fine. I can laugh at any team. You know, I don't have a... You know, I talk about, like, sports teams, political sports team. I don't necessarily have a horse in the race. Even if I did, if I can't laugh at that person, then I need to be strongly considered, you know, why I'm backing a particular team. Right? I don't remember anyone making a joke about President Obama. And, like, right now, this painting thing is pretty funny. Right? Like, he's sitting there, they don't look accurate. This artist knows how to do, you know, good, realistic paintings that they used. And, like, they didn't even paint the background on the Obama painting. Instead, they photoshopped in a background. Come on, you can make some jokes there. But, like, Jimmy Kimmel, instead of making fun about an easy target of this presidential photo, instead he's like, well, what do you think President Obama's or President Trump's picture is going to look like? And of course, that's the joke. I'm just like, dude, I get it. You're not on that team. You can still make fun of yourself. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, even if you like somebody, I mean, Lewis Black, if I understand, is more conservative than liberal.
No, he is not, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I misunderstood.
Lewis Black is a socialist. He's a straight up socialist. He admits it.
Okay. Well, anyway, he makes fun of right. He makes fun of left.
Yes, that's the thing. He makes fun of whoever's in power.
And, you know, because of how he does his thing, I misinterpreted what he was. You know, I want my entertainers to, like, I want to be misled in that regard to where, oh, you're making fun of, like, Saturday Night Live sketches. Oh, you're making fun of, you know, whoever happens to be in power at the time. I don't know which way particular actors lean.
Right.
Because you make fun of them so greatly, it's hilarious.
Right, and I would agree. Like, if you want to go up and do a comedic a joke. Like, you could have made the exact same joke that they made for Trump for Obama. And it would have been hilarious. It would have killed. But instead they made it, I don't know. It just Let's look at Load Beef's link. Yes, I was going to say, I saw that, Load Beef. This is actually really good. I'm going to go ahead and share it on stream because I'm apparently a terrible person. But this is the painting. And just the Homer Simpson disappearing back into the bush. It's great. This is funny. They could have done this. And I would have laughed. Like, that was me genuinely laughing because it was genuinely funny. Just be funny.
Yeah, be creative, you know?
And not every joke is gonna kill, but come on, guys. You're professional comedians. You should be able to do this. I imagine tonight Jimmy Kendall's out there crying again, pushing gun control, which is aggravating and irritating to me every time I think about it. You know, again, I have a kid. He's in high school. Aggravating. And when I talk about it from my point of view of, like, I want my kid to be able to protect himself. And people don't appreciate that. I feel like I have a Shadow Star. I don't plan on doing, like, a thrower build anytime soon. All these things are made of metal. I don't really care about this dagger. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take... Oh, there's a flicker. The flicker is my favorite rune arm, by the way. Not necessarily because it's any good. But Electrical Ash, I think, is probably the best area of effect on a rune arm. And then I think it just has a lot of fun stuff to it. So, yeah, there's some stuff with the thrower builds. I actually am tempted to build like a thrower barbarian, just to try it, see what would happen for leveling purposes. Just doing like all the rage stuff, doing all of the... What do I have left? I have some more 4s left, right? What I'm thinking. And do like the Vishanti stuff to help. Yeah, you could work in the Bard if you wanted. And I was just thinking it could be something that would be interesting to do with the Vishanti stuff. The Depths Chain, Fresh in the Air, we'll skip probably this life. Irestone Inlet is a long pain in the arse, but we could go do it. Let's look at the Depths Chain and then we'll go from there. I'm really enjoying this fighter. I think the fighter is doing really well. I'm gonna continue getting the fighter this level. I did get to watch The Magicians tonight. Woo! Show's so good. Between it and Suits, I have like my 2 main TV shows now. Magicians is really... I could make it it could become my favorite TV show. It's definitely the... Where's the dog? Is he here? He's not here. Suits, blah. I love Suits. I'm afraid that Suits is probably not going to live through the loss of Meghan Markle. That's my fear. Like, they just won't be able to recover. For that show. I know it's not for everybody, but I like it. But I like drama, and that's what that show is. That's what Magicians is. Like, look at this terrible thing, how it's happening, and how, oh, we can't even fix it. It's just terribleness. Like, I love that. That's great. I don't think I used it. Alright, there we go. I also just think hirelings and dogs should get your buffs. Any buff that buffs you should automatically apply to your pet. Not gear buffs, but temporary buffs, spell buffs, buffs that go in your bar. Should just automatically affect your pet as well. Let's see, anything else exciting going on? Not really. Let's see, Twitter is currently recommending an individual, Johnny Damon with a bear, to follow on Twitter. That's kind of an interesting... I had another interesting name earlier today, and I said it on the stream, and people were like, "Don't make fun of that person." I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying that name is amusing. I have no idea who that person is. Here's a Sigmund Offresser. It's kind of funny. Emma Handy. Yeah. Emma Handy. That's a funny name. I have no idea who it is. Well. I was just warning you that she lashes out. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. Again, wasn't making fun. I just thought it was an amusing name. I always get these wrong. I feel like it's supposed to be this one. Also, no such thing as bad press. Ooh, Soul of Ice. That's no bueno. What an ice soul. I see what you did there, Samus. She is the main one behind the movement to ban Tiwu and Jeremy Hamlin. Really? Alright, well, I'm glad I did not hit the follow button for her then, because she would not like me at all.
You'd be her favorite person.
No, no. Wait, you do a podcast about trolling people? Yes, I do. Oh, we don't like you. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I don't particularly care for Tiwu or Jerry Hambley. So, on that level, I don't care. But on the other hand, I don't like the idea of people getting bans for saying words. You do something, particularly something provable. That's a different story. And slander is something that can be proven. Prove it. Do it. If you want to ban people for slander, do it. I don't care.
That I wanted to kill all purple people with yellow polka dots, which I hope don't exist. And I would go on some kind of rant about it. And I genuinely want them dead. That's... no. That's bad.
So, I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I am trying really hard not to get involved in it. To be really honest. The thing that I understand that they did that was they crossed the line was there was a Magic for Bad private Facebook page. Right? And in there they had, I don't know, like 10 women of Magic. Or 9 women of Magic, maybe. And they were like, draft them. A.k.a. order whoever, or pick whichever one you think is the most attractive. Is it in good taste? Not really. Is it ban worthy? I don't think so.
In the public sphere, I wouldn't do that. In the private sphere, I mean, who can prove it?
Well, and again, they're doing it on Facebook, a private Facebook group. Everybody in that Facebook group got a 3 or 6 month ban, a temporary ban. I don't know the exact fact. Travis Wu got a year ban, and Jeremy got a lifetime ban. I think there was some other stuff that happened with the Jeremy ban, and they're just like using this as like the final. Like, no, you've been on our list for a long time. We're unhappy with you. This is it. You're done. Which again, I understand. I get. I don't like or respect, but I get it. You know, you got to cut people out that are not good for your brand. But I still think let the law do its job. I mean, so here's my problem with Travis Wu. Is that no less than 3 times before I was doing 2 Trolls in a Brew, I sent him lists because he did what I did. Right? We brewed up decks. We kind of worked on things that were kind of clutch. He shared a lot of ideas that I have with cards. And I thought he was somebody that maybe I could collaborate with. Right? Instead, he published my ideas as his own. And I heard that he had a track record of doing that. And I went, oh, it's whatever. Like, really, is he not going to mention me at all? That's fine, as long as I can post in there that this was my idea. Or whatever. But not only did I not get credit for things that I did, but when I would say, like, hey, I sent you this deck list, how come there's no credit? My comments would get deleted. That kind of pushed me over the edge. Like that's not a remove my comment from a public forum worthy comment, I don't think. So that's why personally I'm not a big fan of Travis Wu. On the other hand, I did send him my deck list. Oh yeah. A couple of times. Again, it was on me. I sent him to him. Like, hey man, what do you think of this list? It kind of does this, and I would get, oh yeah, that's real cool. I've got a deck kind of close. And then the next day or 2 days later, my exact deck list would be copy and paste into his article. And I'm like, oh, sweet. You published my deck list. You know, I think the first time was something real simple. Like, hey, you published my deck list. Awesome, man. And my comment got deleted. I'm like, oh, cool. It's reasonable.
Yeah, that's bad taste. If people do things, you give credit to them.
Again, not ban worthy. Right? Like,
yeah, having your comment deleted, that was not worthy of deleting the comment.
yeah, but at the same time, I'm not like trying to take the man's career away from him for it. At the same time, though, another friend was like, hey man, you know, I have a daughter. She plays Magic. You want to see her being put up on the hot list? I'm like, well, your daughter's 12, so that's gross. But when your daughter's 18, and she still plays Magic like she does, and she's still as good as she is, and she's in the public eye, unfortunately, yeah, people are judged on their skill, their attractiveness, stuff like that, all the time.
Yeah, if it's nothing pornographic or borderline pornographic, then. But if it is, then that's.
No, these were just their regular headshots. Like, it might have even been off their Twitter. Like, I saw it. Like, somebody sent it to me. They're like, is this really that offensive? And I'm like, no. The last year extended was a thing. I worked really hard on an enduring ideal list that top 8'd 3 of my friends and top 4'd another one on Moto. Never got recognition that because I came in 12th at that tourney. Well, if you're the deck designer of record on the sheet, sometimes they mention it, sometimes they don't. But yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me personally as much. Like, I don't mind getting not getting recognition. If you're at least willing to let me say, oh, sweet, you posted my deck list. You know? Or, hey, I didn't think you liked my deck list. Something. I should be able to leave some sort of comment.
Now, if you commented something derogatory...
Yeah, no.
But, like, what you're saying, no, that's not ban-worthy, or deletion-worthy.
Well, all I'm telling you now, Load Beef, is you need to start working on getting me to the Pro Tour. Oh, nice. Nice. Excellent. Definitely a fan of dungeon alerting myself. That's excellent. Like, I knew we were gaining some alert, but I really thought these were all just from shitty little potions. You don't have to play, just get me there. Like, I don't care if you make the Pro Tour, I just need to go.
Alright, I'll have that an early and long day tomorrow, so I'm gonna let you go.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Yeah, take care and don't work too hard.
Well, when your job is playing video games, you work as hard as you have to.
That's a spirit.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like where my deck is at for standard, but it is not... It's not Pro Tour ready. Just fine. I'm not that competitive. If I was, I'd travel to tournaments and do stuff, but I'm not. Yeah, I really liked this previous combo deck that I was playing, the Intruder Alarm, Infinite Combo thing. I like it. I think it's not right. I was working with Conley Woods with it. And by working with, I mean we talk about it on Twitter. Which is, you know, more than... Woo ever acknowledged my existence. But, I was working with it, or working on it with him, but I think it's going to have to go all the way back to the drawing board. Like, I think the combos in it are good and correct, but I think that some of the fundamental ideas behind it are flawed. And I'm gonna have to take a bigger look at it to try to figure out how to fix it. So people have been sending me the Hooglin list. Kiki, well, it's not really a Kiki cord, but Sahili Hooglin list, and I'm gonna look at it. Yeah, I like Hunleywood's a lot. I think he's probably the one who's had the most success with my way of thinking. Let me pull up this deck list and you can check it out. Well, something's running around upstairs that shouldn't be. For those of you who are interested, that's it on my Twitch page. But basically, this is a Lotus Cobra Renegade Rallier deck, which are both cards that I thought were really interesting, but I never had Renegade or Lotus Cobras before. But I went ahead and I got them. They weren't that bad, actually. I was able to get most of them from the arena for like $5 a piece. And then I traded another guy for one for $5, so... I got them all for $5 a pop. So yeah, I think I have most of this ready to go. In fact, I have the cards in 2 piles over here, and I have to just figure out what needs merged in. Titan! How come, Titan, every time lately you say something, right after it, Samius Bot goes, donation URL. It's like he knows that you now have an income. Ooh. He smells it on you. I also pulled up the Twitch. Oh, Samius Bot? I'm sure he is. I didn't pull up the Twitch. I pulled up the Patreon page today, but I did not actually program or start filling out anything yet. I'll work on that this week. So Kiki Cord. First of all, Cord is bad right now because it costs so much mana. It is not real easy to do. To get enough mana to make it work and go. Like the other list I'm running does run Cords and not Eldritch Evolutions. This runs Eldritch Evolutions and not Cords. But the thing that makes this list better is that it has a turn 2 kill. It requires a lot of cards, but it has a turn 2 kill. Also, you just can value Sahili stuff, which is a card that I'm a big fan of. Like, even if you are just getting value out of Sahili, I'm on board with your plan. No, don't leash, you prick. I knew that was too far. I knew it was right on the verge, too. I want to be far enough back that Chit can heal me. So the real question is, can you figure out the combo It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps. This is really close to good. It's not, but it's close. You don't have to bird on turn 1, but you do have to Lotus Cobra on 2, fetch land. No, I take it back. You do have to bird on 1. You bird on 1, you Cobra on 2, play a fetch land, make a mana, crack your fetch land, make 2 mana. Renegade Rallier, make a third, tap your land for a 3rd mana. Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier back a land. Make a mana. Tap that mana. Have... See, I have to stop and think about it. You bird into Lotus Cobra. You Lotus Cobra, you get 3 mana. You Rallier, bring back a land. Which makes a mana. You crack the fetch land, you get a 2nd mana. You tap that mana for a Saheeli. You Saheeli clone the Rallier. Bring back the mana. Make 3 mana. Eldritch Evolution for... So you have to Rallier twice, right? Or can you get away with just rallying once? No, you have to rally 3 times, or twice. You have to rally twice, so you have to clone Saheeli. Because you make 3 mana. 3 mana lets you sacrifice the clone for Eldritch Evolution to go get your Copycat to Copycat combo off. So it takes a Bird of Paradise, a fetch land, potentially 2 fetch lands. You have to have 2 lands that tap for mana on turn 2. A Rallier, an Eldritch Evolution, and a Saheeli in your hand. Yeah. However, you can just drop a Saheeli and clone a Sun Titan, a Renegade Rallier, Hedron's Grace, Voice of Resurgence. Like, it's just filled with value cards. Right? Like, even if you never combo, for whatever reason, you just win with value. And that's my kind of deck. It fixes mana so you can cast Saheeli, and it's a bad preordain. And I'm pretty sure if you ever Titan to get back a Saheeli, Saheeli minus to Titan, get back a Renegade Rallier, that gets back, let's say, another Saheeli, copies Titan again. So now you have potentially 18 points of haste damage. Well, the first Titan isn't hasted necessarily. But you can also just keep copying the Saheeli to get the Rallier out of your graveyard. And the Rallier just keeps getting back the Saheeli, right? Because it's 3 or less, or is it just 2 or less? It may just be 2 or less. I might be full of S. It's been a little while since I played Rallier. I think Rallier's 2, actually. Darn, that doesn't work. I don't know. People think it's up my alley. So, I'll try it. I have all the cards now. I am concerned that my Summoner's Pact is foil. So I may have like one foil card in the deck. I don't know if I have a not foil one. Yeah, Sun Titan 3 or less though gets back Saheeli, Rallier. The only thing it doesn't get back is Sigarda, another Sun Titan, and Thragtusk. Everything else it gets back. Boo. Too bad that's not a little bit more exciting. Flame Touch Sickle is pretty interesting, but I need a slot on it for me to mess with it, really. Yeah, I don't necessarily know that this is the sideboard that I would play. Sideboard should be off your meta. Alright, what do we got left? Arstone Inlet, Rest for the Restless, Fresh in the Air. Where are we going? Why am I running this way? Oh, it's going to Rest for the Restless, okay. All I can tell you is I love the idea of a Saheeli value deck. Avalanche Riders, Saheeli Avalanche Riders attack seems great. I don't know. The deck seems solid. Again, sideboard probably needs to change based off of your meta, but to see. I'm super tired. Might not be a full night tonight. I am exhausted. Even though I technically laid in bed until 10:30, my alarm went off at 8 and I never really slept. So I only got like 4 hours of sleep. This isn't the button I wanted to look at. Before I jump downstairs, I wanted to check this thing. 8,000. Okay. So, Meddling Mage is really strong right now. I don't hate that. And it gives you a way to keep people off of the combo long enough to win sometimes. Like Storm can't really beat it. Which is that's why that's in there. The Thought Not Seer? I mean, Thought Not Seer is fine, but it requires Butthole Mana to play, which is kind of hard for this deck to cast. Also, Rallier can bring it back, so it's never like totally dead. You just play it, name something, and even if they do get rid of it, then you just bring it back and name it again. What an ice hole. Killing my cleric. I think we're less than 5 minutes away from the quest. No, I don't think so. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to running him in the sideboard. I like him. In general, I'm a Thought Not Seer guy. I don't know if I can agree with the statement that it's better. But it is so hard to cast. Like, we don't have a single land that taps to cast it, for starters. I don't think Lotus Cobra makes colorless mana. I think it makes any colored mana you want. See, this is the kind of thing that I want to do. Just like, never touch me. Did you go pull the lever like I said? Like, is there a... Wow, where'd everyone come from? Hello, guys. I'm trying to think who does a Thoughtseize that's not... Like, there's not an artifact that does a Thoughtseize. There's not a... I'm just going to fill you up. Sin Collect, that's a good one. Sin Collector might get the job done. I was going to say that wasn't black. But do we have problems with black? Not like super hard problems. Like, I could see a Sin Collector somewhere in the 75. The card that always makes me wonder is this Sigarda. Like, this Sigarda seems random. I guess it's a way that you can build an army, but still it feels random. That's not the card I needed. Not the spell I wanted to cast. Man, I am really beat. I do not get it. Ooh, hello, nurse. Forgot about you. This tunnel that's got the fire trap? Oh, this one. Say somewhere there's a nasty fire trap, right? Ugh. Did I not shrine? I swear I clicked this button to shrine. Nice. Thank you, Famine Reaper. Jeez, a Light Bearer too. A Light Bearer might as well just say, you never cast spells again. Right? Like, until I'm dead, no spells for you. Well, I mean, again, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But I'm suspecting it's probably, again, something to protect you against Storm and win the game. They're like, well, how's Storm going to win if they can't, game one, if they can't just combo you out? So you, like, sacrifice a 3-drop. Or burn. Yeah, burn too. Like, how are they going to beat you if they can't target you? So that could be a card that's a tournament specific card. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it. I watched him play a stream with it one night. Like, someone linked me some videos, and I kind of, like, double sped through it. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I did zero extra research. Nahiri? Yeah, I like Nahiri a lot too. Nahiri in the 75 would probably be okay. Yeah, I think we gotta go get our end reward if we want the possibility of getting renown while we're still within the range. Just gonna say, do I really need to stop and take the time to do this now? But kinda do. See, what do we have left? We had clearing the stench, the troglodyte smell, and an Irestone. I'm gonna skip Irestone this life, I think. Just don't feel it. That's a weird time to get a letter. Somebody sent me something. Oh, hand cannon. That is cool. I'll probably just send that to Ginger. Ironstone or Riot. Really? Really? Okay. Let me go rebuff and Will's Irestone. I was just gonna level, but if it's Irestone or Riot, Yar Yar must die. Okay. Okay. Just failed Bob Naba. That's the Strahd raid, right? This violinist has their shit together. Table flip. The other one? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we talked about it today on the stream, right? During the thing. All right, I'll look at it. Maximum punishment, you guys. Maximum punishment. Oh. Shit, I just. You ever have one of those days where you don't even want to do anything, let alone like the thing that you need to do? I had one of those days today. You know what? Let's turn this around. Party time! You should be in attack mode for sure. Why is Ellery first and foremost into the fray? Like, my voice, I feel like, used to weigh something, but it hasn't weighed anything for a while. Since we stopped doing Cocktail Hour podcast, specifically, my opinions don't seem to matter as much. I should probably do a DDO cast, and I'd probably go right back on the list of things, but I agree with you, so let's see. I'll try to say something. Before we move in, we'll poke around. Yeah, you read it. You linked it last night. I read it last night. You asked if it sounded overly harsh. And only my wife is allowed to call me Lightning Sam on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I think we even read it on stream, didn't we? I feel like we did. Your virgin eyes. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a spoiler slash tease for this week's episode of The Magicians. If you're not already a Magicians fan, this will probably help you along. If you are and you haven't watched it yet, I apologize. But one of the main characters, a female lead, Margot, an episode or two back, was forced to marry essentially a young prince from a neighboring kingdom for political reasons. And they have to... Oh, I forget the actual fancy word. Consummate the marriage. And of course she doesn't want to, because one, this kid is like 14 and a pain in the ass, killed his own brother, like was clearly not a good dude, right? So she doesn't want anything to do with him, really. So she was explaining to the kid that Earth girls have teeth in their hoo-haws. Right? She's like, kid, you don't want any part of me, you know, if you like having your your dongle, because Earth girls have teeth. And he's like, ah, whatever. So on this week's episode, they knock him out, right? They're supposed to go off and have a romantic weekend getaway kind of situation, and instead they knock him out. And I guess on this planet, this particular toad, branch of toad, has teeth. So while he's asleep, they let the toad go on his Johnson, and like convinced him that even though he doesn't remember anything, they consummated the marriage because his ding dong got chewed up by this frog's teeth. Oh, it's so funny. It's things like that that make me really appreciate this show in particular. What's up, you pandemonium piece of S? Artie plus Rune Arm, too strong, you guys, too strong. All right. I like where your head's at, Load. I like broccoli, though. Not everybody does. I do. Wow, he was completely unfazed by... Oh, wrong button. Good job, guys. My apologies for not being able to help at the end of that fight. I like broccoli. Honestly, I don't know if there's a flower that I don't like to eat. Broccoli, cauliflower. I'm trying to think of the other big one. The hearts. You eat the hearts. I cannot think of it now. It'll dawn on me later, and I'll like be like, roar! And people will be like, no one knows what you're talking about. Artichoke, thank you. Yes, artichoke. I also like the sticks, the spears that make your pee smell bad, allegedly. I like most of the vegetables. There weren't a lot of vegetables in my house growing up. There was a lot of tomatoes, which is a fruit from the devil. Don't eat that shit. But other than tomatoes, there wasn't a lot of vegetable type thing. Asparagus, thank you. How did you... Oh. I like okra. I like fried okra. I like pickled okra. Yeah, it's a flower too, right? Oh my god. The best day. Tobrel was in town. And we have a restaurant called Cozy's here in Salina. And, sorry, not Cozy's. Yeah, no. Bogies here in Salina. And for some reason people love it. I hate it. I think the hair quotients that have happened too many times documented in front of me is too high. That being said, however, comma, they have fried okra there. They also have corn nuggets. And we had some of both at our table. The wife was, my family was there. So Tobrel, my wife, my son, my family, right? We're all there having a communal meal. And he had eaten, I don't know how many corn nuggets. So I picked up an okra, and I offered it to him. I've never seen anyone lose their shit so hard than somebody who ate an okra that wasn't expecting it. It was just like... He's accused me of trying to murder him ever since. Oh, it was great. Like, you ate it. Clearly wasn't a corn nugget. He's like, it was a corn nugget. Clearly wasn't a corn nugget. Yeah, I've always liked okra. Fried okra in particular. It also makes a really good chili. Or, that's what I call it. So basically, I'll take a couple different cubes of meat, like a pound of beef, a pound of pork, and a pound of like lamb, cubed, and then I will saute all three of those together, and then I'll put in some chopped okra. And, you know, some other liquidy type stuff to, like, give it some liquid. And the okra snot thickens it real nice. So it kind of gets that, like, gravy-y texture. Hello. This is good. Flame-touched iron. Short sword's good. That's got a lot of value right now for me. Certainly more than the adamantine version that we saw earlier. I don't know what a better word would be for it. That's what Alton Brown calls it. Snot. And Alton Brown also likes okra a lot, so... But it makes a good thickening agent, and it's a good binder. I really don't think it has much of a taste, personally. And clearly, I'm super Chinese. Anything I say would be super racist right now. Anything after that, basically. Like, I could sing Turning Japanese, and it would seem super racist. I could sing Kung Fu Fighting, it would seem super racist. Anything that you would say after that. Yeah, there's a couple, at least. Oh, I did not mean to kill that one. Yeah, I don't know those. Is the Chinese team still not active? They were the big Chinese guild last I looked. We need one more booby trap. Black hands and feet. Yeah, they're... I'd rather not have you hit me very hard there, Yar Yar. Chinese team still is not active? I thought they were. I don't know. It's been a long time since I paid attention to guilds. Yeah, Chinese team. I say they're good. I've played with them. I did a lot of early raids with them. They do not know anything about baseball, though. I take it back. They know baseball, but their diamonds are in the backwards order. Yeah, that's why Blizzard is doing their party right now. It's the Chinese New Year. Now, do you insist that I do another quest, or am I good to go ahead and level? Thought that was last year. Year of Earth Dog. It's always Year of the Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Okay, so we're not really planning on another Artie level. So we're not going to probably be able to play catch-up. So we're going to have to think things through. Spots 1 point. Disable and search are still super important. UMD's 26. Does anyone remember what a teleport scroll is? Is it 40? So we're like almost within teleport range. We want to do heal. We have to do spellcraft. So yeah, we're gonna have to skip UMD this go. Think, think, think. Oh bother. Oh bother. I like baiting bite a lot. That's a really good one. Also like vigor. Come on, you already Fing Fang Foom's already here. I want to train Fing Fang Foom to bite, feed. Yeah, see, I'm not planning on doing this. Oh, shite. I had this whole time. I forgot to put it on my bar. We can do charisma bonus. We can fight Donald Trump with our resistance. I always name my dog Fin Fang Foom. Always. We're gonna... I think we want this Arcanum. Unfortunately, all these only work on the Iron Defenders. You know, I don't hate this tree. Maybe we just go up this tree first. There's a lot of bad magic cards. I'm going to take this and this wisdom. Then let's put this on our bar. Sugar. Yeah, I feel like I know what a filthy cur is. I forgot. I downloaded a thing. Magic players might be into. It's called Top Decked. It's a little app for your phone. And it takes and puts like all the channel fireball stuff together and stuff like that. But it's also got a really interesting deck builder program that's really nice. So, for those of you who are Magic players and are interested at all in Pauper, think about this for a second. 4 Ornithopters, 4 Phyrexian Walkers, 4 Shield Sphere, 4 Disciple of the Vault, 4 Nanuku Husks, 4 Atog, 4 Galganic Blast, 4 Hearth Charm, 4 Lightning Bolt, 4 Costly Plunder. That puts you at 40 cards, and then Great Furnaces, Vault of Whispers, Swamps, Blood Caves, etc. I believe that is the bee's knees, sir. So that gives you 12 artifact creatures. And the Husk and the Atog both eat artifacts or creatures. Disciple of the Vault gains or drains your opponent for 1 every time an artifact goes to the graveyard. Blast deals 4 damage for 1 mana. Lightning Bolt does 3 damage for 1 mana. Hearth Charm has a bunch of functionality. Costly Plunder draws you 2 cards by sacrificing a creature or an artifact. And of course, then you have 8 lands that are artifact lands. You could Mirror Enforcer. I don't know how necessary it is. I would probably Frogmite before I Frog Enforcer. But yeah, you could Mirror Enforcer. 4/4 is strong, but I want to be able to basically combo off. Theoretically on turn 3. Like, I was actually debating on cramming in Sylvan Spirit Guides to get 1 more mana earlier. Level 7, we have our hat. Our Captain Chapu. Gigantic Blast, Lightning Bolts, and Hearth Charm. We get the sweet Ravens goggles. I want to look at whether or not I want to cram in the Valcor set this life. We should have a mysterious cloak at this level. Whoa. I'll try to post a deck list with this week's two trolls. No. Hearth Charm is great. So many of the pauper decks rely on the affinity for land artifact creatures. This is a 1-mana kill spell, but also because it has a pump effect, you can pump your entire team of 0 X's for like a few damage. But also it makes a creature with power 2 or less unblockable this turn. So you can force through an ATOG or a Husk and then pump it up to alpha. Like, I think the Heath Charm is an unexpectedly great card. I don't know if 4 is the number, but right now I have 4 in the list. From play testing it this week, I in the Boros burn deck, I want 4. Super good. Super good. Like, I put it in kind of as like, I'll try it and see. Like, I've got a couple of slots. Super good. It could become like a Searing Blaze or something. But right now I've got 4 in that slot. That's 8. What's the other piece of this? It's gloves, right? How did I not see it? Carapace Forger, is it? It could be okay. It's green. That's the problem. I just want to, boom, kill him. Chip in, and foosh. Like, Travis wants me to run flings. I don't know if I'm all in on fling. Yeah, like I was thinking maybe 2. What's a necklace? Ooh, that's bad, right? Necklace is bad. Okay, so let's look at this thing. Necklace of Charm gives false life and proof against poison. So we're going to lose our con. Okay, we'll try it. And then the ring slot would go here. That gives us the Valcor, so our threat goes down by 20%. And melee attacks do an additional D8. Oh, maybe we don't care, because we're not really melee this life. Maybe this isn't the life we care. We do want the Raven's Eye. That'll be our default item this life, in this slot anyway. Definitely want our chapeau. Which means that our boot slot is bad now. We should have some dodge. We should have some boots at this level that are crafted. I like Chromatic Star. It was on the list as a maybe. I don't know if I want to go below, too far below 20 lands is the question. Or we could use a dodge trinket, but I'd rather not. Yeah, I thought we had a thing. Yeah, that's better. Here we go. Evasion 4, Shelter 9. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if this is an affinity list is the thing. Or do I want these boots instead? I want these boots instead. Yeah, it's fine. I guess we put on our dodge trinket. We feel like we need some dodge. It is. I mean, not really. Kinda. And I could go more all in on the dodge, I guess. Or the affinity. Maybe. My concern with Porcelain Legionnaire is it just dies. It just gets killed. I really don't want to spend 2 mana on a creature that doesn't win the game. I guess it is I don't want to spend mana on creatures. Like, what's the one that starts with a T? Chromatic Sphere and I think it's like Terra something. You spend 2 mana and get 2 mana and draw a card when it goes to the graveyard. I think it comes into play tapped. Like, that card seems good as well. I don't know why I thought I saw that I could wear those. I'm like, really? That seems odd. Because I was high. Yeah, that one. But if I'm going to do that, I want more ways to sacrifice artifacts over creatures. That's my problem. I'm kind of like split, like artifacts or creatures. But I have more artifacts in the deck, so I'd like to just be able to sacrifice more artifacts. Like an Arcbound Ravager would be perfect, but seems a little bit out of the format. I feel like I'm forgetting something semi-important. And then I'm gonna like get in a quest and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll just put this. Oh, it's not here. Some piece of gear. None of my guys are threats. All of my guys are 0 power dudes. At least the Thopter can fly. Now you could have me put in... Where are they? I think they're called bone splitters. And then the guys become threats. Like, I would not be opposed to a bone splitter. I feel like this maybe is useful now for the call lightning. Blasting doesn't do us any good. That's why I put in the instant costly plunder. Sacrifice an artifact or a creature, draw 2 cards at instant speed. But it is possible that it was just everything I want to do is just better done as the affinity deck. With like 4 cards different. What am I... I'm looking for something. I can't for the life of me figure out what it is though. Oh well, screw it. Let's just get our spells. It's also not an instant. I think that's the main reason why I'm more pro the other one. Alright, so like I said, I do like Call Lightning. Also really like Quench, but now it's not really the time for quenching. I think we want Spike Growth. And do we want Vigor? Probably. Which means we can take out the lesser Vigor for what? Jump. Alright, we need 2. 1 that has Meta Magic always off. Instant is overrated. You so cray cray. Yeah, so we're gonna boom boom those 2. So those are our crowd control effects. Want probably this guy in the 7 slot. Maybe. I don't know, I was actually thinking the red enchantment that does a point of damage when a creature comes into play. From Cons. It costs 2 mana. I can't think of it. Impact Trimmers, maybe? Get you on the way in, get you on the way going out. Were you just saying how you wanted everything to be threats? And that's where instead of Ancient Grudge, I run the Charm. The Charm is just, in my opinion, better. Flexibility good. I'd take flexibility over blow up two things. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No, Impact Trimmers kills guys. Now, granted, the last time I played it, I was like, make 3 dudes, make 3 dudes, make 3 dudes. And maybe this is where I move that, whatever, that K-word summoning. You blow up an artifact and get 3 goblins, if I go that way. No, ideally you go turn 1, a Disciple the Vault. Turn 2, ATOG. Turn 3, Impact Trimmers, empty your hand, attack with ACOG, kill you. That's ideally your play. Maybe you also get a forum once as you do that. I'm not sure. I have to count cards. But in an ideal world, it would be Artifact Swamp, Vault. That's 2 cards. Draw a card. Now you have 6 cards in your hand. Artifact Mountain, ATOG, attack for 1. Untap turn 3. Impact Trimmers. So you're still at 6 cards. Now you're down to 5 cards. Maybe Artifact Land, maybe not. Drop 4 dudes. Attack with the ATOG and the guy. So that's 4 damage, 4, 5, 6 damage. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's what I would rather do. Alright, let's do one more here, I think. Let's go do Lair of Summoning. Is that what we want to do? Let's go to 3 Barrel Cove regardless. I kind of know what I'd rather do. I'd rather go do Sawdust Isle, but I will probably do that on my own time, as it were. Any of these need spell components? No. Jump doesn't. This doesn't. Does this? No. Sweet. Sour's Dusk is the bee's knees for XP, huh? I feel like you're joshing me. Oh, you mean 3 Barrel Cove is the bee's knees for Reaper XP. Yeah, if I had a group, it would be real easy. This is where we decide to fire caves, and I run rate. What? Sorrow Dusk. All the quests have 12 mobs? Was he actually down here and I just jumped in without even looking? I'm used to him not being around. Yeah, I think Three Barrel Cove is pretty great. I said if I had a hand, I would go do Fire Caves right away, but I think instead we'll just walk our way around. Not 100% sure in my fighting fire elemental capabilities right this minute. Let's tune it back down to 1 skull. I don't know the quest as well as I know some of the other ones. Yeah, the Fire Caves is a good quest if you're interested in repeating quests. Looks like The Incredibles has the new trailer came out today. The one I've been promising for a little while. Check that out in a minute. Maybe do that right before we leave. I think we talked too much about Magic Beef. Yeah, I like trailers. I like trailers probably more than I should. Ah, it's not your fault. I brought it up. I brought it up because we didn't record 2 trolls tonight. So I didn't do my weekly talking about Magic that I probably should. I just noticed after we talked about Magic for a while, our viewership dropped by about half. We had 12 or 15 and now it looks like 6 or 7. To which I say, I'm sorry, love me, love me. Oh, the dog's taking a ton of damage. Dallas, welcome to the stream. How you doing? feel like I probably should have checked to see if the one set worked on missile weapons. I've heard of a lot of things. That get you bored. But never getting off. Getting off is never boring. Man, the hits just keep coming. Your comment of me joshing you, that's my first name, so that's apt. Did I say I'm joshing you? I don't remember. Poor Ellery. I gotcha. I smell what you're cooking. I see what you did there with your inappropriate humor, trying to make it appropriate. Quickly, everyone in my bush! In my bushka! Did I just find an Obama accent? That seems unlikely, right? What we gotta do? What I need, everyone? No, that's not it. I lost it. If I had it, I lost it. America. America. Home! No. If it was there, it's gone. I never had it. Thank you. Monster Mania XP's good times. It's definitely something that they were missing when they built the original game. My fellow American, my fellow American, man, I swear I had it for like one glorious phrase. I heard it. Well, we had a couple of quests in a row where we didn't have many Reapers, so it's fair. Besides, now, I don't care how many Reapers we have. I can actually... We have Ghost Touch now, so who cares? Now we'll Reaper all day. We'll Reaper for days. Yeah, screw it. Oh, we missed it. No, maybe that is it. There's one that's real close. I know there's one that's close. Just don't know where it is. Is that it? Is that the close one? Must be the close one. We're the... No, we're not the tiniest submarine anymore. Ooh. you not here for character creation? I cannot stand the brightly colored. I could have been blue. I didn't even think about that. You were sleeping. I guess that's what happens when you actually have to go to work to make money. Well, I mean, I probably actually have to go to work to make money too, because I'm not making money doing this, but it's my hope. Is my dream. Treat the angels up, Ivory Tower is up, Disrupting Shoal is up. Very interesting. Might be one too many mobs at once, I'm not sure. You guys are supposed to be on attack mode. Go to town. People always trying to play some sort of Ninja the Deep deck. I like Ninja the Deep. I think it's a good card. I really like it in this Popper idea. Makes every combat scary. Well, you don't want to block your fairy miscreant, right? Because it's only 1 damage. It's not that big of a deal. But I think I have to go ahead and block. Alright guys, I think with that I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna get some Z's a little bit early tonight, try to get back here tomorrow. Hoping to play some Factorio tomorrow after enough sleep that I actually am awake and aware and able to do stuff. However, if it's more of like today was, where my alarm went off like early and I never was able to get back to sleep, I will probably just play more DDO. I'm not sure. But thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it a great deal. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Toots!